So when I say budget your money, this is what I mean. Every paycheck you get paid, either be once a month, twice a month, once every week, regardless, you need to know what's coming in and what's going out, right? And I would set rules for yourself, for your lifestyle. One rule to follow is the 70-20-10 rule, right? And you can adjust these percentages as you see fit, depending on things that go on in life, how much your income increases or decreases, things of that nature. But this is what I mean. So the 70-20-10 rule: 70% of your income you're going to use for living. You're going to live off 70% of your income. 20% of your income you're going to invest and save. 10% of your income you're going to pay off debt with. Okay, that's the rule. And again, you can adjust those as you see fit. So say, for instance, you make $6,000 a month. Like after taxes is $6,000. 70% of that you're going to live off of. What's that? That's about $4,200. So all of your expenses, bills, entertainment, fun money, buying clothes, dog food, pets, kids activities, everything you're going to be using from that $4,200. Okay, now 20% of that, of $6,000, is $1,200. You're going to be using that to save and invest. I would start off putting that into an emergency fund up until you have about 3 to 6 months. And I would say this day and age, you should have at least 6 to 8 months of your expenses saved up. So initially, you should be using that money, that $1,200, to build up your emergency fund as fast as possible. I would say save up to about 3 months worth of it, and then you can start adjusting that $1,200 to go into investment accounts like your Roth IRA, right? Like a 529 plan for your kids, right? Maybe some Robinhood stocks, some crypto, right? You adjust that 20% into that, but you need to have some type of an emergency fund for WTF moments, right? If your tire blow out, transmission go out, you need a new refrigerator, you need another washer and dryer, an emergency situation, a medical expense comes up, you need to have some money for that. What that looks like depends on your lifestyle, right? Depending on your situation, your family. Now, 10% of that you need to be paying off debt, right? The goal is to get debt free. So then that 10% can go into investing and saving, or you can change it, add it to your living, right? I would go into investment and saving, invest more for the future. So 10% is $600 of $6,000. That should go towards paying off debt, paying off credit card debt, student loan debt. Put extra on your car loans. Whatever type of debt you may have, personal loans, things like that, right? You need to be paying off your debt. Now, you can raise that percentage if you have massive debt, right? Maybe invest less to pay off more debt faster, right? Now, again, I would make building that emergency fund a priority, because you need that right now. Regardless of how much debt you have, if you don't have the money for an emergency, you can't pay off debt or the emergency, right? So prioritize the emergency. Once the emergency fund is good to go, or at least to a place where you can minimize the contributions, then increase paying off debt faster. Get out of debt as fast as possible, so now you can start investing more as fast as possible, right? As you start investing more, then you're good to go. Now, if your job give you a bonus, or you get increase in pay, try to live off the same. Increase your investments, right? Increase your investments. If you want to increase your living expenses, cool, but always understand that you need that investment and that saving to always be a thing, and stay out of debt. So that's my idea of budgeting your money.